Okay, so what I want to do is rebuild the actual curvature. Instead of being hooks, I want to match, or horns, I want them to actually be kind of a U-shaped clamp. And so the idea is I'm going to build a kind of a repeating pattern so that I can quickly build up the space the way it's supposed to be built. Probably more like that. And that way I can actually get it to where when we extrude and build everything else, it'll have actually a proper shape to it. And on the same note, I'm going to make sure that the vertices will match up so that we'll always have something to connect to, and that'll be the next trick. So let's talk about how I build this shape. What I did here in the last video was that I just took a circle and cut it apart and added extruded some segments in between. I can do that again real quick to show you. So I take a circle out of the shapes, and I'm going to go ahead and convert it to an edible spline. So I'll take it to edible spline level. I'm going to grab those edges, the segments, and I'm going to detach them. I'm going to keep same shape. That way when I go to spline, which is the contiguous welded thing, I can go here. And what I'm doing here is just kind of getting an idea of what the distance from the top here to this hook here to this hook here, like how big is his hand? Because I'm doing the actual part, the actual interior grip, the sword will rest in this space here. So I just want to kind of get the idea of how tall it needs to be, and then I'll copy it over and make fingers from either side, and then we can gradually get the stepping that we need. So what I did here, these are all instances all the way down. So let's go ahead and do real quick. Grab that, and I'm going to do a create, somewhere in here, create line, turn snap on, 3D snap on vertices. Let's undo that quick. Do that again, create line. Alright, select these. So those are broken. I can just slide those over, and that's how I got this shape. So let's go ahead and move forward. So what I need to do now is not select that one. Select just these pieces. Isolate that. Go here. This is my target. I'm using that as my reference, and so I'll show you how I did that. First off, let's go here. I'm going to turn the interpolation down to 2. So we get some good polygon control. Select those vertices, and I'm going to weld them.
That's it.
So I welded all the others. And then what I'm going to do is add a connect to. So what I need to do is just basically, I need to connect these two lines. Let's see if I can do a create line, see what happens here. So I'll turn on snap. And I'm just going to click here and click here. Alright. Probably need to weld this. You know if you need to weld something, if you have a yellow dot, a yellow vertex, the yellow vertex represents the start of your actual spline and segment, which means if I go to spline, I'll have 2, which I do. So I need to grab that vertex right there, and I need to weld that. And that should convert one of this one or this one into the yellow, and that's this one. So that makes this vertex number 1. The next thing I need to do is work on this curve here. So let's make that smooth. And so we can get some play with it, I'm going to go ahead and make that a Bezier. Kind of put that in a position. And then next thing we need to do is actually work on the curve that it reaches into now. All right, cool. So let's go back and finish this up. So what I'm going to do is work on the angle here. Do a Bezier. Kind of build that up right there. And that matches what the imagery is here. A lot more successful. All right, so those are all instances. And so I've got it set up to where I'm pretty close to getting them all set up. Let's get them lined up so we're just snapping together. It's no big deal. And the next is to actually build the rest of the base. And so what I'm going to do here is grab, not that one, not this one. Actually, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to make it a unique object, and then I'm going to just attach them all. You can't attach instances, so you have to make at least one a unique object. So now I can go into vertex and select all the vertices and just hit weld, and I'll weld all the ones that are missing. So now I have just one spline, and it is still at 2. So let's go ahead and build the backside, the base. So I'll copy that circle there, And let's weld that vertex. A lot of repeat here. And then I'm going to use I'm going to create a new line. Let's pick this piece and let's move him over here. And just make that a corner because that's the bottom. Slide that into place. Rotate that. There we go. Make that all flat. All right, so we'll do create line. Snap. Just grab that. I'm gonna hold. I think shift. No. I'm gonna go into my left view so I can actually keep it straight. I can see where it's going. Just there we go. And snap. Cool. Well, vertices. It's all one vertex. Let's just weld everything together. Make sure it's airtight. Cool. Now I'm just gonna move that vertex just a little out in there so it makes a nice clean. Awesome. And now I can do all the other steps, which include the poly, extrude, and yada yada yada. So let's do that real quick. So we've got a lot of polygons. So let's do this. I'll do an inset. And that's actually not bad. I can actually do this real quick. Watch this. Right here, I'm going to do a connect. I'm going to just copy this all the way down. If you're accidentally moving objects, you can always go to Q, which is this one. Oh, I'm sorry, this one. And that'll actually just select things. It won't move, rotate, or anything else. Let's do this one. This one. Connect. Okay, cool. Now let's do this real quick. I can go here, 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 and here, and delete. I'm gonna grab that border, convert to segment. Deselect one segment right there. I believe that'll be good. Let's see how it looks. Bridge, and deselect that one. All right, and in the segment, I'm in segment, not border. I can change the triangulation, I think. See this one? Let's see, no, it's in bridge. It's in the border, but this is okay. I can work this. That'll work. I can make that work here in a little bit. Let's see. There it is, reverse triangles. Boom. All right, so let's deselect that one. And that one? I'm fine with that. Let's do that. So repeat that process. I'll grab that border, go to edge mode, and deselect those two, deselect that one, go to bridge, open up the options, deselect that. Cool. Because those are just quick caps, easy peasy. I know it's the same thing over and over, so that's easy. There we go. This one will be a little different. Can't bridge it because I gotta make it. Gotta break the selection. Can't be a contiguous selection. Bridge. Cool. So now I'll grab that cap, and then I'm just gonna start attacking this bigger piece. And I'll probably do the same thing I did the last video, and just kind of get some cuts throughout the piece of the geometry so that I can get some quads. Let's go ahead and grab that one. Grab that one. I'm gonna hit connect. I can hit connect, and I'll just go forward with this. I'll just fast forward and start the video when this is all done. I'll be back.